Did you go to operate your slide, nothing happened? Or maybe one side's moving and the other's not. Does your slide mechanism look something like this? If so, you're in luck. This is a worm gear driven slide, and the most common in the industry is known as the Schwintek slide by Lippert Components. Today, I'm going to give you a couple quick operating tips as well as troubleshooting tips. So if you're stuck, we're going to get you back up and running, and it'll help prevent any failure in the future. Let's pull this bad boy inside and get to work. The Schwintek slide is a worm gear driven slide. As you will see, you essentially have 4 worm gears. You'll have 2 on each side of the slide, and there will be 2 motors that drive the slide out as well as pull it back in. What oftentimes happens is that the motors get out of sync and therefore the slide fails. Either one side will come in or just nothing moves at all, and people instantly jump to the conclusion that the slide is awful, the slide doesn't work well. And I can definitely see where people are coming from. But today I just want to go over a couple different things on how to help reduce or eliminate that completely. And again, most of it starts with syncing up the motors. The number one thing you need to remember when it comes to Schwintek slides is you want as much voltage as possible. You want to make sure your battery is full and topped off, or you have shore power, or you have a generator running. That will really help keep those motors synced up. If they do get out of sync, I'm going to take you inside, show you a quick and easy method on how to sync those back up. So earlier I mentioned the number one thing with the Schwintek slide is to make sure you have enough power. The number 2 thing you want to ensure is that when you are operating the slide, after it is fully extended or retracted, you hold that button for a couple extra seconds. You will actually hear the motors sync up to each other. You're not going to do any damage by holding it. It's going to take about a second or 2, but just hold it, and I'll show you. Hopefully it picks up on the microphone here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to retract the slide a little bit further in, and let's see if we can hear it. Okay, so this one is actually pretty synced up, just because I've been playing with it for a little while here. But when you bring it in, you'll actually hear the motors, and sometimes you'll hear them out of sync. You'll hear it kind of button up, then you'll hear one go zoo, kind of like right at the end. So if that's the case, that means that one's a little bit off, and all you have to do to sync it back up is you're just going to extend the slide out a couple inches, just like this, and then you're going to retract the slide back in, ensuring that you are holding that retract button when it comes all the way in, just like I am right now. And you'll do that 2 or 3 times, and that will sync the motors back up and greatly help eliminate any issues. And we teleported to the garage of a Montana, which also uses a Schwintek slide out on most of their bedrooms. So if you didn't listen to 1 and 2, or something weird happens and it just fails, generally right underneath the Schwintek slide in a compartment is where the control will be, or the brain box. And what you can do is it will actually have a couple lights here that will blink, and right on it is a code, and it will flash a code so you can kind of see what's going on. And there's also a manual override. There's a button here. You can hit it 6 times, push and hold on the 7th time for 5 seconds, and that will give you a manual override, so that way you can go in there, use that switch, close that slide up so that you are not stuck out at the campground. If that still fails, which it shouldn't, then of course you'll have to call, and there's a part number on here. Each Schwintek slide will have a different part number because they do change them a little bit for different manufacturers. You can call that in just to ensure they know exactly what you're working with and get you back on the road. All right, folks, and that wraps it up for the How to Operate Schwintek Slide video. Be sure to check in for more helpful how-to videos.